So this is me, I'm Head of Marketing for Practicology, and you can see a little bit about what we do up on that screen there. And this is our report, which will be launching on Monday, although it's already up on our website. So if you want to download it, I'll give you the URL shortly. We've created this report in partnership with What Users Do. It's the second year we've produced a mobile usability report, and we think you'll find the findings quite interesting, whatever your role is within retail. So, usability testing with real users in their own homes, on their own devices, on 15 different retailers' mobile websites. We've then analysed the results and looked for any signs of best practice in mobile design, and also for what's causing problems, what's causing mobile sites to not convert at the same rate as desktop or tablets. What we found is that users' expectations are still running way ahead of the mobile UX that retailers are actually delivering. You can download the full report now from practicology.com/mobile 2015, and I'm going to show you some of the highlights, so you won't have to hear very much more of me speaking, because I'm mostly going to be showing you some of the usability videos that we've got. So first of all, just some top-line findings. So 50% of the users couldn't load the B&Q homepage properly, and we're going to show you a video of what that looked like. 25% of users struggled with the search on Sports Direct's site. 67% of the sites were slow to load, according to our users, so 10 of the 15 sites users felt were loading far too slowly. 50% of users struggled to create an account on Boot's site. All of the users that tested River Island's site had problems checking out. And 63% of users found that the content didn't fit properly on Paperchase's mobile site. So that's just some of the highlights. Now I'm going to show you some videos. So this is an example of B&Q's homepage and what happens when quite a few different users, some on iPhones, some on Android devices, first tried to go to the B&Q homepage. Ooh, that's not what I wanted to do.
First impressions. Oh, was it supposed to open up on menu? My first impressions, the number in the basket bubble is off center, that bugs me. It's opened on menu, it's got a cookie policy. It's a bit annoying. Let's try it and open it on the home page. Oh, it doesn't. It automatically opens on the menu. That is not what I expect to see. And I can't go to that homepage? No. It's just search. I'm store locator. I can't understand why you've done this. Well, it's been done, but I don't know what we were expecting. Oh, it's expected. It's reconnecting. So yeah, I don't come from that based on previous experiences on mobile sites. But I can understand why you would do that, because if someone's going on a mobile site, they will get them quite quickly.
So that user actually, I think in the end, thought it had been done on purpose. It's not. We've, on some devices, found we can get B&Q's website to open and you see the proper homepage that they've probably spent ages crafting. On other sites, the menu is forcing itself open and won't close, so people can't even see the proper homepage. Here's another one for you. So this is the Paperchase example of... Paperchase weren't the only site that was guilty of that one. And then our next one, AO.com. So this is a step up. We found quite a lot of what are supposed to be mobile sites. Still not all of the pages are optimized. So consumers think that they're on a mobile site and then suddenly they're taken back to the desktop site for some pages, which makes for quite a clunky experience for them.
Now when I clicked on contact us, it's gone from a mobile view to a desktop view, so it doesn't look like a mobile thing. I would have expected it to go through. So maybe we need to test it on different devices or different applications to see how the website looks. So it's gone onto a desktop view, which don't like, because I'm having to zoom in now to find the information that I'm looking for.
And then here's a static example. So Sports Direct mobile site, you can see if you look at the top when the menu pulls across, their search box is there, and actually you can see the little search icon is right next to the menu button, and there's no gap between them. So lots of people were typing things into the search box, going to press on the button to search, accidentally touching part of the menu button next door, and what was happening instead was the menu just closes away. So one of the other key findings of our report is not just that your button sizes need to be big enough for people's fingers, but that you need enough border around them that they don't accidentally touch the wrong thing. And then a slightly different example with buttons on Paperchase's website again. At the bottom links in the footer, you might think you can touch anywhere in order to get those to open up. Actually, you have to click right on the cross in order to get any of those bottom links to open. But the links above, the category links, you can click anywhere on the text, on the arrow, anywhere on them. So there's a bit of inconsistency in the interaction there that made it quite difficult to actually open the footer links. And then another video. This is a navigation issue where a woman is struggling to find some jeans.
I just want normal women's clothes. I'm just going to go to everyday women's clothes. And I'm going to small women's clothes to our pop-up, okay? And then, I just want to find a pair of jeans. I don't care if it's in any of your sections. I just want to find a pair of jeans. I don't care, I just want to be able to code it. There we go. Jeans, thank you. Alright, so that wasn't too bad. I just had to have a little bit more patience.
Not exactly a glowing recommendation for River Island's website in that instance, unfortunately. And I think that's particularly one that affects fashion retailers, where in their navigation, they're so used to talking in their own language and about their collections and how they want to present their clothes that they don't think about findability and how easy it is for consumers to find things that they're looking for. And then this one is on Boohoo's site. And this is some advice that one of the users is giving to Boohoo.
Things you do to improve the site for people's smartphone. I think one thing I really wished was that they would show more items. Otherwise, there was so many pages, and I'd rather wait like 30 seconds and load a page with a lot of stuff than have to keep going through pages and pages of items. Yep, all right.
So in that instance, we went and looked at what the issue was on Boohoo's site, and in either search results pages or product listing pages, you can only display 16 items at once, and Boohoo has got a massive collection. So if you search on a big category like tops or dresses, you're going to get hundreds and hundreds of items. There's no way of changing the display to display more than 16 on one page. Boohoo's site was one of the sites that suffered from being particularly slow, so that's the reason that she said she'd rather it took a bit longer than it was already taking, but it loaded lots and lots of products rather than her having to wait 10 or 15 seconds between every page as she scrolls through pages and pages of search results. And then this example is from Boots, and it's a scrolling problem that we've seen on a few different sites. It particularly affects store locator pages or other pages where you've got a map showing that is the full width of the screen and stops people from scrolling easily.
A bit tricky to navigate around, things get stuck in the wrong place. So you've got your store opening hours here, really quite tricky. I'd much rather that pop-up box open above the map or something, really quite. So I've got to move the page logo so far. Yeah, I don't like the layout of that page, really tricky to try and work out what's going on.
So what tends to happen on those map pages, if someone touches the screen on top of the map to scroll, all they end up doing is moving the map around rather than being able to scroll the page. And then this is another example, this time from Boohoo, and to do with form fields, although they were by no means the only one to have these problems. So when you get to check out on Boohoo's site, you first have to put in what country you are, so it then brings up the right kind of form fields for you to fill in the rest of your address. But it knows you're in the UK, but it doesn't give you the choice of having UK at the top. So on a mobile phone, it takes quite a long time to scroll through a whole list of countries to get to UK. So that adds a few seconds to checking out. And then a little bit further on, you have to input several fields twice in order to check that you've put them in properly, do double entry, and one of those is email address. Now, you might have found on your mobile phone, if you've got text that's trying to fix itself all the time, it often uppercases things. On this form field, if you put your email address in twice, even though it's the same email address, if it's uppercased in one instance and not the other, then it doesn't recognise it as the same email address. So you've constantly got to go back and check that everything's all in lowercase constantly. And that's it. There's lots more examples like that in the report. If you want to download it, it's available now, and we'll also be sending out an email afterwards with the link if you'd rather wait until you're in front of a computer to download it. That is enough for me.